We are live. We are live. I'm gonna let a few people get in here. Tonight is going down. We are having a very, very candid discussion. I have four amazing panelists. We're going to be talking about Black women and health. It's a subject matter a lot of people has reached out to me about. They want to hear not what I have to say, because I'm a guy and I don't understand what goes on with women's bodies and everything they got to go through, So since I can't talk about it, I'm going to be feeding these women questions, and they're going to be giving you a lot of insight. Everyone has their own personal testimony, their own struggle, their own story, their own successes, and they're going to be sharing this with you. So please share the video, share the video, share the video. When I talk about how to lose weight, when I talk about what to eat, it's like I don't really know what goes on, but these women do. So they are mothers, sisters, aunts, best friends, and this is about to be on. So I'm gonna sit here. I need to get about 10 shares. So make sure that you share this video, because the information that these women are going to be sharing will be life-changing information. Life-changing information. We are all in a struggle. That COVID-19, that was for pounds you put on when you were sitting in the house. So we got to discuss it. It's a very, very sensitive subject, but if we don't talk about it, then nothing will ever change inside of our community. So share this video, and I will be bringing them in, and I will be introducing them. Hand-picked by yours truly, Sadiq, the personal trainer. Okay, I see you guys sharing the video. Grab your popcorn. It is going down. It is about to go down, man. So the first person I'm going to be bringing up is a young lady by the name of Damika. Damika, we're going to bring her up here to the live stream, and I want her to share her story of who she is, what she does, and she's here. What's going on, Damika? You got to unmute yourself.
I just did. Hello. So
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Sadiq? Thank you for inviting me to be here.
I'm doing great. Yeah. So you didn't really feel like you were a success story. We were going back and forth, but you lost a lot of weight in 1 month. How much weight did you lose?
It was about 10 pounds. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you lost 10 pounds in a month. That's a lot of weight. How did you do that?
Mm-hmm. Basically by making sure being within my calorie count, what I consider my calorie count, being on like within 1,200, and cutting back on drinking. So instead of drinking every day, I went to drinking maybe 2 to 3 times a week versus 7 days a week.
Okay. What's your calorie count? We're gonna be in your business.
About 1,200 calories.
1,200 calories. So you stay within 1,200 calories every day?
I try to. I mean, some days give or take, and I usually track it off of my Fitness Pal. I haven't been on there lately, but when I was really into it, trying to make sure I hit my goal, even though I haven't hit my goal, but that goal I wanted to like get past what I saw at the doctor. So that's a whole nother story. I wanted to. I started tracking it immediately.
Okay. How many steps you get in today?
Today I have gotten almost 6,700.
6,700 steps, and you work from home?
Yeah, but I was moving around a lot, and so that's what I'll try to do, since I really don't go out walking as much as I should. Or I haven't gone to the gym, and I haven't seen you in a while. So what I do, I just try to keep myself busy within the house and make sure I count my calories. So I use my Fitbit every day. My bestie bought me a Fitbit, and I wear it literally every day. And I try to track it all the time.
That's Damika, everybody. Okay, that's our first panelist. And then we have Miss Dora. What's going on, Dora?
Hey.
Hey. You got an interesting story. You got an interesting background yourself, man. Share with some of the people, man, just your own story, your own testimony.
My weight journey is best described as like a roller coaster. So I've been struggling with weight most of my adult life. In 2013, I did have a lot of success where I lost like over 100 pounds. But
Oh, wow.
I had a different mindset then, so I thought I lost the weight. I did what everybody said to do. That was it. So I dropped all those good habits. And so where I'm at right now is somebody start.
You said you're starting over, so that's where you're at with your weight loss journey. How did you lose the 100 pounds?
I was very mindful of what I was eating. I was very active, the most active I've ever been. I was on boxing classes. I was training with you. Any opportunity that I could do, get active, I was doing 5Ks. Anytime somebody wanted to go walking, I was willing to do that. Anything to be active, that's what I was doing. Because my lifestyle is set up very sedentary. Like, I don't do much moving at all if I'm not conscious of it and making my.
Something going on with her internet connection, everybody. We're gonna come back to her. Okay. We got Miss Tara here, everybody. We have Miss Tara. How you doing?
I am great. How are you, Sadiq?
I'm doing good. So you have an interesting weight loss story as well.
I do.
Really interesting. Okay, what
So
your background? Let's hear about it.
I used to be a big girl. I used to be 230 pounds. And
230 pounds.
Person.
I'm just kidding. I knew
I lost the whole person. She died. Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
But for me, it was a spiritual journey as well as making sure I'm the best role model for my daughters. I wanted them to see their mom living a healthy and fit life. Nobody wants to have the fat parent. So, and to be honest, I really didn't know that I was overweight because I'm one of the smallest people in my family when I was almost at at 230.
How did you figure out you were overweight? Oh, you got the video playing? I'm hearing the echo.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. How did you figure out you were overweight?
Going to the doctor, and the numbers don't lie. First of all, the scale doesn't lie, but then my labs didn't lie either. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. Starting off, I was on 4 different medication regimens to maintain it, and I had stroke level high blood pressure without medication. So if I didn't take the medicine, all 4 pills at the right time that they told me every day, my blood pressure could range from like 167 over 110. And the scary part is I had no side effects. I wasn't dizzy, lightheaded. I didn't have blurred vision. I didn't pass out. I wasn't in pain. I guess that's the reason why they call it the silent killer, I guess. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to take all that medicine for the rest of my life. So mine was a health scare. And, I'm a woman of faith. So I wanted to be sure that I was doing everything I could to take care of my temple, not only for spiritual reasons, but for personal and as well as for my kids.
Okay, that's great. That's real good. All right, so let's mute you. All right, so now we're gonna go to Miss Angelie. She's got an interesting story as well. How you doing, young lady?
How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So share with the people your story. You have an interesting story. Share your story.
I was an overweight kid. I've been fat since I was 9, is what I used to tell everybody. I was used to it, so I was the jolly, funny, cute fat girl. That's the image I had given myself. And I didn't decide to lose the weight until both of my best friends got married. And looking at those wedding pictures, I was at my heaviest. I'm 5'1". I was 248. And I know, right? and just looking at those pictures, like I didn't have a neck. And I carried it well, quote, quote. I knew how to put on my good pieces, but it wasn't comfortable. It wasn't a good look. And it was like okay, it's time to do something different. So 2012 was kind of when I took the weight serious.
Wow. Now, what did you do to lose the weight?
So I hired a trainer and I cut back calorically. So I lowered my calorie count. I started keeping a food journal. One of the most important things I did was my trainer instructed me to keep a food journal. You really don't realize how
Okay.
much you see it on paper. Like in your brain, you don't eat that much. That journal, your truth. It tells you why you
Okay.
248.
And you realized you was eating a whole bunch of food, huh?
I realized I was consuming a good 3,500 calories each. That's a pound.
That's
That's a pound of food.
That's a lot. It's 3,500 calories in 1 pound. Shorty was eating like 3,000 a day. That's a lot of food. Yeah, that's
That's a
a
lot.
gang of food. Yeah,
You know, that's an extra value meal for lunch and dinner and, not moving. Hairstylist, so I'm standing in one spot. So I had to.
that's real. Listen. We about to bring everybody on the screen because we gotta talk. Right. So we didn't heard everybody's story, right? I wanna give you guys these stats and so you can really understand why we're doing this. Women aged 20 and over, it was a stat that came out in 2018. 55.9% of African American women aged 20 and over are considered clinically obese. That's not overweight, that's clinically obese, right? Black women have a higher prevalence of many health conditions, including heart disease, stroke, cancer, diabetes, maternal deaths, obesity, stress. Life expectancy at birth is 3 years younger than it is for non-Hispanic whites. Okay, so I just wanted you guys to hear some of these stats to understand what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a real situation, and we got to talk about it. Y'all ready to have this discussion? We're gonna keep it all the way real. I know you ready, D'Amica. These are some of the questions I have for these ladies. Let's start off. We're gonna go one person at a time. My first question: is it a cultural issue? Overeating, being overweight, being out of shape, is that a cultural issue? Let's start. D'Amica, kick it off. We want to hear from you.
So, yes, I do think it's a cultural issue because I think it's accepted more in our culture to have a little more weight on us than other cultures. And so, yeah, I mean, I do think it is. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I think it's part of our culture to have a little weight, and people accept it. Our men accept it, women accept it. It's just who we are. But that doesn't mean we
Hey,
can't be healthy and still have the weight. That's the different issue.
Dora, we had an interesting conversation the other day. I asked you, if I told you you needed to lose weight and you told your friends that I said you needed to lose weight, what would your friends say to you? That if I said it and you told them, Sadiq said I need to lose weight, what would your friends say?
Girl, forget him, and they would start going in on you. Even though, that it might be the case that I do need to lose weight, they wouldn't. If I gave it to them the way you're giving it to me, oh no, they would reject that.
They would call me out my name, shut your big teeth ass up. They would say all type of crazy stuff. If you said Sadiq said you need to lose weight, they would talk about me. I believe that.
All of that, they would go in.
Anjali, why is that? Why culturally can we weigh 250 pounds, 300 pounds, and nobody say anything?
It's a lot to do with just generational. Like our grandmamas be referred to as Big Mom. She heavy. She had poor eating habits. We adopt those same poor eating habits, and then just it manifests into being familial. Like when you think that when you be the smallest person in your family, and you still overweight. It's accepted. It's nothing to eat Thanksgiving every Sunday. Not Thanksgiving dinner, Thanksgiving type meals every Sunday. That's dressing, that's greens, that's macaroni, it's that's a heavy meal. Have that every 6 days. It's with you. But we don't see it like that because we like well Big Mama said this how you supposed to eat or they make you feel bad. Oh, why you losing so much weight? You look sick, you look poor. They make you feel bad. So you be
That's
running there sneaking, eating healthy.
that's
Saying
true.
stuff like, oh no, I just ate. But they don't know why you don't want to cook with fat back no more. They don't understand. I didn't live this long. And they be like, yeah, honey, you almost lost
I
the
ain't no
legs
people
though.
thing. I'll tell you guys a story. I walked Tara to her car one time. And I'll never forget this. So she opened up the door to her car, and it looked like she had been trick-or-treating for a year. I've never seen so many bags of candy. It was like she sold chews on the Dan Ryan. She had so much candy, and she tried to act like it was regular to ride around in your car with bags of candy because if the car stopped, you don't want to starve to death. You don't want to be out here without the candy. Tara, why did
You put me on blast. You put me on
Put you on
blast.
blast.
Look, culturally, I can piggyback off what she was just saying. Culturally, you always got food. You keep food with you, in your bag, at work, in your car. You got, soda, you had your juice, you got your water, you got chips. I still have food everywhere I go, but it's just not the bad snacks. But yes, Sadiq bust me out. He walked me to my car after working out. I'm gonna tell on myself. I had Garrett's popcorn, the Big Dad, all types of chips, candy, and I thought it was okay. I ain't see nothing wrong with it. I wasn't trying to hide it. I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I gotta drop this off at the church, or I gotta drop this off for some goodie bags. I was just like, yeah, this how I roll. Now what? Like it was okay, but I know better, and I'm glad for that. That I know better now. Saved a whole lot of money, but yeah, that's how I was raised. You always keep food in your car. You keep some snacks just in case the car break down, or you never know when you might have to run to the car and get something or whatever. And that's how my
yeah.
friends know me. They know I got stuff in the car. Now it's just a little healthy.
Okay. I got a question for you guys. Why do we always get together? Why do we always get together culturally? We always get together and we celebrate eating. Like every celebration, every holiday, everything we do, we get together and we eat. Why is that so embedded in our culture, and is it a problem?
I don't know why it's so embedded in it, but it's fun to do. it's what I don't know. I can say when I was still in it, I enjoyed it. I can't say that I was mad at it. But we absolutely do eat at every occasion, drink at every occasion. If any celebration is definitely some food there, or is expected to be, or we're going to eat. So I don't know why, but that's just what we do.
But I don't
D'Amica,
really
what you
think
got?
it's what we do. So I think it's because what celebration do you go to and there's not anything to eat? I think it's what we choose to eat. That's the difference. Because I mean, you go to other cultures and other different celebrations, other people that aren't, I'm just gonna call out Black people. They have food there too, but it might be different food. It might be like cheese and crackers and some fruit or some a veggie tray. It might not be macaroni and cheese, to fried chicken or fried fish or something like that. So I just think that's why I don't want to really like come down on Black people, on us. It's not about just us celebrating. We should be able to celebrate. We can celebrate with food, we can celebrate with drinks, but it's just maybe we need to make different choices with our food sometimes. That's it. That's the way I kind of like
Angelique,
look at it. It's kind of like a matter of balance.
you celebrate everything. What can we do? Because we know these celebrations. I'm hearing what D'Amica is saying, but Mother's Day, Cinco de Mayo, Thanksgiving, Martin Luther King birthday, we celebrate stuff that don't got nothing to do. We try to make everything a celebration. I'm gonna tell you guys this, Angelique, I want to hear from you. I got a woman's food diary one time. It was so much food on the food journal. I asked her, why did you eat this much food? She said, it was the Super Bowl. I said, you're not even into football. The Super Bowl is not your celebration. You can't eat that much food, and that's not even a sport you like. Anjali, explain this to me, man.
So, piggyback off what D'Amica said, I do think it's about choices, but I think it's about the knowledge and the exposure of said choices. We just, family wise, we like bad foods. We like fried chicken. We like hoagies. We like buffalo wings. We like dip. We like taco. We like all of the things that are not the best for us. And then we consume in excess. We don't figure out a healthier alternative. No, we feel like, I think we feel like we're depriving ourselves. If we can't have it the right way, it's like, oh no, the chicken got to be fried. It got to be double dipped in the batter, so it doesn't feel right. And like you said, we celebrate everything, and we incorporate food and alcohol into our celebration. Don't A lot of some people don't eat that much, but their alcohol consumption will keep them looking like Belly D. Williams because
Come on.
some
Come
hit
on.
that bottle. You don't think you drink that much, but a bottle of wine, you can look up and it's gone. That's a lot of empty calories.
That's a lot of empty calories.
A
That's
fifth of
now I gotta say this. I gotta say this about Tara. Tara has none of her friends like her. Like she's not like nobody likes her in her circle. Tara has been going to events with her friends and not eating and has been freaking everybody out. Tara, can you speak to why nobody likes you? Can you speak to why none of your friends like you, Tara?
My friends, they do like me. I just don't eat the same anymore. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink soda. I don't eat chicken. I call it the dirty bird. I eat different. So a lot of times I eat before I go. Certain places, when going with them, just so I won't be sitting there, while everybody's getting down and doing them. And I don't knock them, but they like the old Tara, the one that eat all the good stuff, with the good bad stuff, And I used to eat enough for like two grown men, Sadiq said three grown men, and I still have a healthy appetite, but I just choose to eat, healthier choices. But yeah, and it's uncomfortable sometimes being the outsider with people who still eat bad. You're the butt of all the jokes. You get teased, and then sometimes you might not even get invited to certain things because when I'm around, they might feel bad. Oh, here she come. She gonna drink water. She gonna eat salad, making us feel bad. And you know what? It is cool. I'm not there to make them feel bad, but that speaks to their level of conviction. That means like you're doing something that you could change. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what it takes for them to come to the knowledge, then hey, so be it.
I want to say this. Dora, D'Amica, and Tara, you guys all have you guys have a very similar story that you went to the doctor, got on the scale, and was shocked. Why don't we know how much we actually weigh? Why do we got to go to the doctor and we get so surprised at how much we actually weigh? D'Amica, you got on that scale and you said I had to make some changes, but why did it catch you so off guard?
Wait a minute. Why did it take me so long? Did you say that?
No, why did your weight catch you off guard when you went to the doctor that day and you got on that scale?
Oh, because I was totally ignoring it. Usually, I'm more of a person that pays attention to weight. I mean, to be frank, it was the biggest I had ever been in my life, besides being pregnant, and it was close to my pregnancy weight. So I was just kind of just ignoring it, not really paying attention to what I was eating, drinking a lot. And to you all's point, I thought about something. You all said like a celebration. I'm like that. I celebrate everything. Like today was National Wine Day, so I was like, oh, I'll drink a glass of wine. I haven't had a drink in a couple days, so I was like, I'm doing this with Sadiq. It's National Wine Day. I'll have a glass of wine. So that's what I mean. You're absolutely right. We just celebrate anything, but then I won't drink tomorrow. or you know what I mean? I kind of like have balance it out. But to your point, Sadiq, about me waiting till the doctor, I just ignored it and just was living my life and doing me and thinking about like in the summertime just eating and drinking, and I really didn't, it's not like I didn't care. I was like, I will get to that. And I got to it as soon as I saw the scale. Immediately I walked out of there. Like I told Sadiq, I was sitting there, I couldn't hear anything the doctor said because all I was thinking about was that weight. I was like, womp. Nothing else mattered
And
to me but
when I found out how much
losing weight at that point.
when I found out how much she weighed, I used those same numbers and played them in the lotto.
What'd you say,
Hey,
Sadiq?
Tara, somebody wanted to know, how long have you been eating healthier? We can't hear you. We can't hear you. You muted. We can't hear you. We can't.
I'm sorry. It's been a roller coaster. So I make more healthier choices every day. I'm not claiming that I don't still eat bad stuff, but the healthy stuff outweighs it. So I would say this is 2021. We're probably coming up on year number 8 that I've really been going in, making conscious, choices. So do I still eat potato chips? Yes. Am I eating a whole bag? No. Do I have more greens and leafy vegetables and fresh fruit? Yes. This is watermelon season, so I could eat a whole watermelon, honeydew melon. I'm a big fruit person. I just found another way to indulge a little healthier, and in moderation. And I drink a lot of water. I'm gonna tell you a story real quick about the doctor, since she was touching on that. You know how you go to the doctor and they ask you for a urine sample? I was so embarrassed. It was so dark yellow. It was just like, ooh, we
might be a little bit overshare, but yeah, we dig it.
But the doctor was just like, when you should pay attention to your urine. Your urine can tell a story. There's no reason why your urine should look like this. I didn't think nothing of it. Nobody told me to check my urine. I mean, girl, I've never heard that until I had to give a cup of urine, and they were talking about how dark it was. You should be able to see through it. It shouldn't be that dark. But now drinking more water, I get it. So now if I see somebody else's urine, I'm like, ooh, they need to drink more water. Okay, so, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Nobody in my family was telling me, pay attention to your urine or make sure you drink so many, ounces of water every day. That's not in our culture. My family, they drinking Pepsi or they'll eat soul food and have a diet drink.
That's real. Dora, you have a history of health challenges in your family. And one of the things that you said to me was you had a wake-up call when you had to look around and, you kind of like the person that makes things happen for your family. What was your come to Jesus moment when you said, I really got to do something about my weight?
So my mother passed from cancer, and my father pretty much has all of the illnesses you can have. So I just got to a point, I remember I took him to the doctor and they was telling him that he has to go on dialysis. And I just reached a point in my life where I'm like, I can't continue to be arrogant or take life for granted anymore. Thankfully, I haven't had any health issues, but I mean, if I continue to ignore my health and neglect myself, it's around the corner. So that was my wake up moment.
Anjali, you kind of had like a similar thing. You've been actually influencing your circle to be healthier, live healthier. What makes you want to see people be a better version of themselves?
Because I know what's on the other side of that. Like, we can act like it's not real, but there is a stigmatism associated with, being a big girl or even a big person. You're normally jolly, you're normally fun, you're normally, boisterous and all of this. And you make that become your identity. You you hold on to that, you're wrapped up into that. But there's a total different person. It's a total different level of confidence on the other side of when you lose that first 20 pounds, when you lose that second 20 pounds. Like, you can act cocky when you fat, but when that weight, it's a different level of you be like, oh shit, now y'all Y'all wasn't ready for me. So
Okay.
I want everybody to, I really genuinely want everybody to feel that joy or that pride that you feel when you set a goal for yourself and you stick to it. Like it's nothing more gratifying. You might slip, you might eat a biscuit, you might do any of that. But that feeling when you conquer your first 10-pound goal or that first 30-pound goal, or the way your clothes fit when you in sizes that you never could imagine. At my heaviest, I was a size 20. I'm 5'1". So I'm right here looking like an 8 ball with legs.
That's a lot of weight. And okay, she said something. She said something. We got to speak to that. We got to speak to the confidence. When I say Damika started exercising, and as she was exercising, her confidence grew to the point where Damika started to think that she was a personal trainer. Damika, can you tell everybody about how your confidence went through the roof and you started thinking you was a
So,
personal trainer?
so actually, that's not true. Sadiq can tell some fibs. Seriously, my confidence level was completely the same because no one in my family or friends even knew that I gained the little weight that I had gained. So let's get that right. No one even knew. So I really didn't change like my confidence level. I was just Damika. But he's speaking to when my sister was here and she came to work. She was here and worked out with us, and I was telling her things to do. That's what he's really speaking about. I do understand how the confidence can change when you do. Maybe if I lose a little bit more weight, maybe I will start feeling myself or building some muscle that I don't have. I might start, my confidence level might change a little bit. I might think, I might start smelling my butt a little bit, but right now I'm still feeling the same way.
She has plans for the summer. She has plans. No, she has plans for the summer, y'all. Do not let her send y'all off. Everybody has said this. Every woman on here, if I get to this weight, they not gonna see me. Every woman says that if I get to this weight, I am going to clown. If I get this stomach, I'm going to clown. These are things that I hear constantly from women in private personal training sessions. Damika, you have said it. Dora has said it. Tara, you have said it. So women say that they're like, if I get this body, I'm going to clown out here. I hear it. So I want let Dora speak to weight gain and confidence. I want you to speak on confidence, gaining weight, losing weight. Is there a difference?
When you start feeling better, you start feeling better all over. When I was losing weight, I'm one of those people. I was feeling myself. I've lost 20 pounds on this new journey. I'm already starting to feel myself. So yes, I'm one of those people. When I get to my goal weight, it's over with. I'm on that. That's me for sure. And then when I'm bigger, I am more self-conscious about how your clothes fit, how you're feeling, trying not to breathe hard, going up steps. So yeah, I can attest to all of that.
Tara, I've been seeing you buy new workout clothes. Has your weight loss affected your confidence?
Oh yeah. It started. Sadiq, remember that day I was on the treadmill years ago and my pants fell down on the treadmill. I had to catch my pants. Yes, losing weight has definitely boosted my confidence, but I will put this disclaimer out here. I was still holding on to my plus size clothes because of the myths out there. If you lose the weight, you're going to gain double back. So, I wouldn't go and buy a whole new wardrobe. I would buy pieces, because in the back of my mind, I think culturally I was programmed like, okay, I'm going to lose the weight, but as soon as the wintertime comes, I'm going to pack on the pounds. I don't want to buy no more clothes. So I kept pushing those big clothes to the back of the closet with the mindset, okay, if I go back there, at least I lost, I know what to do to get back there. And I recently just blessed a whole lot of people with a whole bunch of clothes, size 16 all the way down to 10s. I'm an 8 now. That I have been holding on just because culturally and mentally in my mind, I thought that, I was going to go back to that big girl. And it's been years to the point I would buy clothes a little bit bigger. Like this too good to be true. It fit too good to be, let me get the next size just in case, I put on some pounds because I don't want to keep spending money But yeah, my confidence, buying new clothes. What did it for me is when I had to buy new underwear. When my panties was too big, I was like, "What?"
I mean, it's she's a sharer. She's a sharer. Anjali, can you answer this question? She likes to share. Anjali, answer Cherie Allen Reeves' question. So, does weight hold down our inhibitions? Does weight hold down our inhibitions? What I don't know what she meant by that, but
Inadvertently, I think I know what you mean. Inadvertently, you lying to yourself if you think that it doesn't. You can be cocky, you can be confident, you can be all of those things, but when you are heavier, you second guess yourself. You will do it as big, or you might not go as hard because whether you'll admit it or not, you're not as confident as you think you are. And you don't realize that you're not quite that confident until, like I say, that 20, 30, 40 pound weight loss or just that size shift in your clothes. Like I said, I was a 20, I'm in a 12 now. I would be lying if I told you that I'm the my demeanor is the same size 20 Angelique. I'm not. Size 12 Angelique, I walk it how I talk it a little more. I'm a little more, them shoulders is a little, they stronger, they bolder, because you just, now it's not, you don't have to pretend. You don't have to act like, oh, I'm comfortable and I'm not, no, really, you like, no, I'm the shit. That part. And you feel like I
that's
losing that amount of weight, you feel gratified. Like you feel like I did something. I didn't just talk about it, I did it.
That's real. That's real. So I got something. We gotta touch on this. D'Amica, I want you to kick this one off. We know that the first rule of parenting is modeling. We know that the first rule of parenting is modeling. My mama got a weight problem. She thinks it's still baby weight from me. Parents have to set the example as far as some people we getting a lot of great feedback. I can't post all of this. My confidence decreased. Okay, you answered the question. So, D'Amica, you have two daughters, both fit, bodied up. One is like the master gymnast. Do you feel that you have to be an example for them as a parent?
No, not really. I mean, I will say this since I have one that, as you just said, she's a gymnast, so she's she's like the most fit in our house, but that's because that's all she does 6 days a week. But then I have another one that's extremely skinny. So, and she's 17. So I don't want her to ever think that she has to, you know, go to the extreme with things. So I just try to show her a healthy way of living, like eating, because I eat relatively healthy, not all the time, but I do talk to her about that because she eats like a teenager, but she's skinny, but that can change. So I just really try to promote healthy eating and, having some exercise, living a life of balance. That's what I really try to promote. I don't want to do anything to the extreme with my kids.
Okay, that's good information. Dora, you told me a story that you witnessed with a mother and her son the other day. Can you share this story? People need to hear this.
I was sitting in the car finishing up a walk, and it was a kids softball game happening. And there was a mother and the son did not want to come out of the car. He didn't want to participate in the sport, and she was yelling at him and going off on him, so I'm calling him lazy and get out there. And he was an overweight kid. And then she got out the car to yell at him, and I was like, well, I'm sure whatever he's dealing with, he got it from you. You know what I mean? So I think it is good for parents to be an example to the kids, because how else will they learn it? Because if you just rely on TV and things like that, the media is always pushing food and fast food and get things quick. And so, yeah, I think it's a good idea for parents to be examples to their children.
Tara, I had to have a conversation with you. Growing up in high school, middle school, I had a lot of jokes. And if you were the kid and had the fat parent, it was going to be a long, long day for you when you bumped into each other. I told Tara the truth. I said, nobody, and I don't care what they say, nobody wants to go to school
with the fat parent. Nobody wants to have a fat parent in school. You can take your kids to preschool, the chairs are like this, going on field trips, on the yellow school bus, getting down that aisle, it's like this. I'm not kidding. So walking sideways and all that stuff, it's a lot. It is a lot. You don't want to be the parent that can't keep up with the kids that you're chaperoning. Or you the parent that's standing up because you can't sit in the chair because it's too little. You don't want to be hanging off the chair. It's weird. And no kid wants to be the butt of any jokes like that. Ooh, look at your mama, she fat. Or look at your daddy, they fat. You don't want to impose that on your kids. That was a big thing for me. It was just like, oh, I gotta turn sideways so I come this out this yellow school bus. This is not the life I want to live, especially having two young kids. And I'm very active. My kids are very active, and to keep up with their active lifestyle, that meant I have to be active. I can't tell them that they have to stretch and stay hydrated and practice, the dance, cheerleading, and all the other activities they do. And I'm sitting on the couch eating chips and doing whatever I want to do. I had to be the role model for them. And now it's like a family affair. I do 30 minutes of cardio every day with my kids, every day, outside of what I do on my own. But we moving around, I let them pick the routine. They know stretches, leg lifts, they all about splits. I can almost do a split, with my kids. I turned it into a fun activity. It's mommy and me time. They remind me like, mommy, it's time for us to stretch. It's time for us to get our workout on. Put on a YouTube video, put on some house music. My kids love house music. Go figure. We dancing, just getting that heart rate up, just moving. And now, I love the fact that my kids are asking me, mommy, when this pandemic is over, I can't wait for you to come back on the field trips. You the fun mommy. Everybody wants you to come, and hang out. I love that.
And you're the only mom that can fit in those seats. Anjali, you are you also have an interesting story as far as being an example to your young people, man. Can you speak to that?
Yeah. So, like you said, I've always been the chubby mom, but unlike everybody else, I didn't have those complications. I could fit in all the chairs, and when you a fat kid, you learn all the. Wasn't nobody gonna roast me because I could roast them. But now that I have my niece, she saw me doing. One day she was like, "Titi, let's do yoga," and this child then Googled yoga for kids and adults. And she will prompt me like during the pandemic. She like, let's do our yoga. We got to do our stretching. And like Tara said, it makes for a family affair when everybody kind of, stretching, doing their yoga, doing your breathing, getting that heart rate up. So I just knew that I had to show them better than what. It wasn't like I had poor examples, but I wanted to be a better example, so that the cycle can not continue. Because like people act like, oh well, I gotta have blood pressure because my mama gotta have blood pressure. Just eat bad. Like that's really it. We just make bad choices over generations. So I just wanted to be different.
Let's speak to that. Damika, you helped one of my clients lose like 13 pounds. You gave her some great diet advice. I want everyone to just I want everyone to give some their best piece of health, exercise, diet advice.
I would say, me personally, I try to do low carb, not no carb, because I do think that me personally, I think it's all a matter of balance. I think about the whole pyramid. When we grew up, you saw that pyramid. So I try to have more greens and fruit and vegetables in my diet, as well as lean meat, and I do fish and I do seafood as well. But the low carb for me and low sugar. The most sugar that I try to really do, like since I do drink alcohol, it's for alcohol consumption. It would be like a glass of wine or 2 glasses of wine. I'm definitely not going to eat cake or anything like that. That's not going to hit my lips at all. So I would just say low carb. It's all a matter of balance to me. You can eat whatever you want, To me, I think that way. You can eat whatever you want, but not overdo it, and just try to have some exercise in there too. Try to move around. Being complacent, that's a problem. You need to move around. So that's my advice to you. Low carb, eat what you want to eat in a matter of balance, and don't overeat, and move.
The best piece of advice I received that helped me was just to change my mindset about weight loss. I was attacking it from a numbers point of view, like I was focused on the weight. But what's helped me is to think of it as, I thought when you got skinny, that means you were healthy. But what actually happens is once you get healthy, then the weight will come off. So just changing my mindset on that and focusing on health has been the best piece of advice that I have had, and has helped me in this new journey.
Best piece of advice I can give: get active, get moving. 30 minutes, 3 to 5 days out the week, you'll definitely see a difference. Like Damika said, low carb, not no carb, but having the healthy carbs, the ones you need. Food journal for sure. Document keep a log of what you're eating, and attack it. Don't let vanity be what rules your desire to lose weight. It has to be reasons, and have that honest conversation with yourself. Don't coat it, don't sugarcoat it, don't give yourself no fluff. Be real with you. And that's the only way. Everybody struggle, not your struggle. If you know you got to lose 100 pounds, you can't listen to nobody that's really trying to lose 70. They struggle, their truth, not your truth. So be real with you. Know what your real goals are and act accordingly.
My advice is, and the best advice I've always received was, anything I'm not an expert in, I need to find someone who is. I'm not an expert in weight loss, eating healthy, or anything, and I had to go get an expert. I tease Sadiq all the time. I'm very appreciative that he is my trainer. I didn't know where to start. I just know I need to exercise and get healthy. So getting an expert to help you in that journey is key for me. I mean, it's just, it opened the door to a lot of things. I learned how to not only exercise and have fun, but I know how to do it properly. So many times in the gym, and I'm pretty sure all the ladies on here can attest to it, you see people in the gym, they don't know what they're doing, on the equipment. They need help, but it's the pride. Okay, I'm in the gym, I'm doing this. No, get you someone who can help you, who's an expert. As far as nutrition and dieting, you can't do what somebody else do to lose weight. You got to do you on this journey. You can't say, oh, I'm going to do the keto diet, or I'm going to do no carbs, or I don't know, I'm just going to eat vegetables and salad. No, you have to find what works for you. I've done yo-yo diets and all that stuff, and it didn't work. For me, I had to go, the nutritionist route. I had to start eating according to my blood type. I had to get a personal trainer. I have no regrets about the decisions I made, but that's my piece of advice. Anything I'm not an expert in, I need to find someone who is, so I can do it right, properly, and then maintain it.
Okay, I got more questions, and we're gonna. All right, has the line between thick and fat been muddled? Because this was a big one. I'm getting this from people. Everybody's thick, or it's like you can't really say, this person's thick, this person that. Y'all all saw the picture of Lizzo. You wasn't allowed to criticize her. I'm like, well, Lizzo isn't thick. Like, that's not a thick girl. Lizzo is 306 pounds. Like, that's not considered thick. What do you guys think about the whole thick versus fat thing? Dora, what you got for that?
The line has definitely been blurred, but I also think it's in the eye of the beholder. But for sure, it's been blurred. Yeah, we've gotten past thick, and most of the time we are talking about fat. That's my opinion.
D'Amica, Shorty Thick has the lot. What's up with this? What's up with this whole thick versus fat controversial type of thing? What's that about?
I think people use thick as I think thick is used way too often. I'm just gonna say that. I mean, like we talking about Lizzo. Lizzo is not thick. Lizzo is fat. It is no big deal. She's overweight. She's obese. Not a big deal. It is what it is. So, like Georgia said, it's blurred. I'll just say that. But I try not to really like go there because I've always been a smaller person. So I don't want somebody to say it's easy for me to say, but like I can see too. So it is what it is.
What you got?
You know the line blurred. Let's keep it above. Most people that are thick are on the verge of being fat. It's a 20-pound differential. Overweight is overweight. And if we keep trying to make it cute, that's when it keeps us there. Like a lot of overweight or plus size women was thick in high school. And they felt they thick was maintaining through the storm. So you kept telling yourself, oh, I'm thick. But by 30, you're not thick. You're heavy with bad knees. So you have to have that real conversation. For me, if we're speaking like celebrity wise, Serena Williams is what my eyes consider thick. That's a thick, athletic built woman. Lizzo to me is overweight or
Agree.
overweight.
Everybody agreeing with you on that one. Everybody agreeing with you on that one.
Giving these names and stuff, oh, I'm thick or I'm just juicy or I'm just thick. That'll have you 10 more years over bad, just big. Then your knees bad and your feet hurt. And it's because you was thick. No, you're not thick. You fat.
Wow. What you got? What you got, Shorty Thick? Tara, you get into this debate with your girls all the time. You know,
come on, you already know.
Y'all get into
you already know. So I had somebody call me thick. My friends was like, "No, you're not thick. You consider slim thick," and they consider themselves thick. And I'm like, I think sometimes women in our culture use the word thick to pacify themselves for being overweight. It sounds good. It makes them feel better. And now that society has this thick campaign going on, like when I was little, they wouldn't, thick wasn't out when I was little. They used to be like, oh, she healthy. She's voluptuous or, curvy. I don't know, but now the key word is thick. But they used to say back in the day, oh, she healthy. Now it's thick. I think they use that word to pacify themselves, to make themselves feel good about being overweight. And now society is jumping on that bandwagon. I don't think Lizzo is nowhere near thick. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. But yeah, I think that thick is a word that they've taken and made it comfortable. It makes them comfortable. It's like comfort food for them. It's a comfort word.
To say I'm thick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This has been so insightful. If you guys could see how many people are just saying thank you and leaving all of these positive comments, just thanking you guys for this very candid conversation. We all live in the Black community. We see each other every single day. We know how important women are. And once a woman decides to get healthy, we know pretty much the entire household has to follow suit. She's controlling the groceries. She's controlling what's being cooked. She's actually controlling even the mindset. So women are so important to the health of our community as a whole. None of this was bashing. This is only for encouragement. And I'm reading the comments, and these women are saying, thank you. I'm going to start today. I can't wait to work out. I'm getting nothing but positive feedback. So I want to thank all of you ladies just for sharing your stories. This was so good, man. If you, I'm gonna make sure that all their information is on the page. And so you guys could just, if you guys got more questions for Tara, her blood pressure is at a very great place. We got Miss Anjali, who's already down 10 dress sizes. Dora has an extremely interesting story. At one point in time, Dora was, without question, one of my fittest clients. She has struggled with it. She has overcame it. She's got a beautiful mindset. And D'Amica, y'all, hey, do not let her send y'all off. D'Amica be putting in work. She just be randomly doing sit-ups at home for no reason. So she has been, and she has her family eating healthy. D'Amica, how many Harold chickens did you have, D'Amica? How many Harold chickens? People need to know. They need to know where you came from.
Well, that's because my husband eats Harold chicken all the time, and he's a person that eats it like all the time. So that'll make you sick to your stomach, to be honest with you. So he's right. I do eat relatively healthy, but that's why, to me, it's more of a lifestyle. It's like, this is what I've been doing pretty much my entire life. So that's why I didn't think it was a big deal when he was asking me. I'm like, oh, this is not a big deal to me because that's who I am. Do I eat fried chicken? Yes. Do I eat fried fish? Yes. I do things like that. I even eat rib tips. I'm not ashamed to say I eat ribs, but I do try to keep it a matter of balance, and I track what I eat, and I always think about it. Like, I literally always think about it. I talk about it with my friends, like they call me like the tracker. You know what I mean? This is something that I keep in the front of my mind all the time. So, and somebody said get an air fryer. I use that too. I don't fry chicken. I use an air fryer. If I want to eat like the little wingettes with the air fryer, I, put them in there because I do think about what I eat at all times. Even when I want to eat something bad, I think about it. So
Wow.
he's right. I
Well,
do.
well, yeah. So sometimes if you do see her in Harold's, just know that she's been able to find a balance. Dora, everybody on my page, we bumped into each other at Harold's that day. I was getting a salad. I don't know what you were getting. I didn't ask, but we did bump into each other at Harold's. So we all have overcome. We all have overcome before. Somebody said, leave that grease alone. I'm with you, bro. We gotta leave it alone. But if you guys have anything else to add, I was gonna close us out. You got anything else to add? Anybody? Y'all good? Well, thank you. You ladies, you guys did an amazing job. Some people, they want to hear from you guys again. We'll probably do this again. I'm gonna close everybody out.
Wait, I just want to say thank you, Sadiq, for doing this for the Black community, because you really try to focus on the Black community. You train everybody, but you really try to focus on the Black community and their health, and I really like that about you. So thank you. I didn't want to participate, but thank you.
Yeah, I know you didn't. She don't be wanting to be down with us Black people, but I'm like, you still got to be down. Yeah, D'Amica be thinking she gonna get out of it, but she's still Black too. But listen, this was amazing. This was off the chain. It was so much great information. Somebody, thank you for tuning in. Man, you guys are sending just such amazing feedback. Listen, ideal dinner time is 4 to 6 p.m. You want to change when you eat dinner. Increasing your water intake. Fruits and vegetables are not a negative thing. You don't need to celebrate every single holiday. If it's not your wedding, you don't need to go to every single wedding and eat the cake. Everything that these ladies were talking about was about balance, and it was about encouragement. Find you an exercise buddy. Find you an expert. If you don't know something, then find somebody that does know it. If what you're doing weight loss wise isn't working for you, we got from Miss Anjali, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. The average man weighs about 170 pounds. We didn't design them like this. If you dating somebody 6'1" and you 5'3", and both of you guys go out to dinner together, if y'all eat the same thing, y'all gonna eventually weigh the same. Every single meal is designed for men, ladies. So if you are eating with your significant other or you're eating with the male, just understand you need to eat half of that. You don't need to weigh as much as these guys. So much great information. Oh, we got one of the guys here. How you doing, Frank? Man, well, alaikum assalam, brother. So, you got the information, and I got to give you guys this. This is what I got to give you guys. I'm not going to cheat you. We got something for you. For the ladies, you're tuned in. We want to make sure that you get moving. Our dance class burns as much as 900 calories. This is chair dance with Shakira. Eventbrite. We have an amazing class for everybody, but I'm not going to even cheat you. I got something else for you. Bam. Our Born to Move. We got a class actually for the kids. We know that the first rule of parenting is modeling. And if you want to have healthy, fit kids, you have to have a healthy, fit parent. So we don't want the kids just sitting at home playing video games. That event is actually free. Make sure you share that information. Born to Move. Eventbrite is for the young people and for the ladies. No men are allowed at this event. Even if you are transgender, no men are allowed at the event. It is just strictly for the ladies. It's going to be off the chain. I'm telling you, they in there dancing, getting it in. So you want to make sure that you come to one of our events, the Born to Move or the dance class. So share this, share this, share this. Grab a ticket for your girl. It's gonna be off the chain. So you got both classes information. And thank you guys, man. This is Sadiq the PT, and I'm signing out. Internet broadcast.